Hello everyone, this is Mario Max, and today I'll be showing you a guide of how to properly set up 2P for Kirby and Forgotten Lands speedrunning. Now, there are some points in the run where we're gonna have to take control of Bandana D. So let's press start, press play co-op, get your Joy-Con controllers, or whatever 2P controller it is. Preferably should be Joy-Cons for this. We're gonna turn them on, we're gonna press L and R, and boom, we're connected. Now we have Bandana D. Now Bandana D, he can jump, he can attack, and he can, slide kick too. He can do all of what Kirby can pretty much, except, suck up stuff. And there's gonna be times where we use 2P to, get something from afar just to save a little time. However, there's gonna be also points in the run where we have to both control Kirby and Bandana D at the same time. And that's kind of difficult to move them both at the same time with this setup here. So, we're going to make it much easier. And the first step is, take out your Joy-Cons, and we don't need this attachment, we don't need it at all. Just throw that away, whatever. All we need is these two Joy-Cons, and in specific, just the right one. We only need just the right Joy-Con right here. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to go in or home, and we're going to click system settings. We're going to scroll down to where it says controllers and sensors, and to change button mapping. Now this is where this all happens. Alright, you click change button mapping, and you can essentially change the button mapping of all your controllers. So I'm going to show you how my button mapping is. Keep in mind that this is how I feel most comfortable. So you can do the same as me, or you can change it around a bit. It doesn't have to be the same if you're not as comfortable as I am. I'm just showing you how I do it, and maybe you guys can do it a different way, and that's totally fine. But I'm going to show you how I do it. So first, let's start off with our right Joy-Con, which is what we're going to be using the most. We're going to go change, and we're going to go to control stick settings, and we're going to change it to the left stick, because the left stick is how to move. And we're going to use the right stick here to move. We're going to change the left stick to get that on. And now we're going to go to our right stick press, which I'm going to change to the jump button. I'm also going to change the B button to the jump button as well, just because I like to have a jump button that's like static and I don't have to press the stick while jumping, so I can just I can jump without moving. There's also the A button, which is still the jump button, but I just don't like it as much because it's kind of further from the joystick. I just like having it close together, as you can see. And we're also going to change our R button to the attack button. And that's going to be our control scheme for Bandana D. And now, what you're going to do is if you want to use this preset later, you can save the preset mapping, and you can save it to a slot, and then you can pick it up wherever you want. So like, in this case, I already have the Kirby 2 preset mapping. So whenever I want to speedrun Kirby and I need 2P, I just change my button mapping to this and it's already there. I'm going to go through that whole process over again and just load it. You can see here. Now we're going to go to our Pro controller and we're going to change that as well. We're going to change the ZL to my jump button, A button. We're going to change the left button, the L button, to the B button. And that's pretty much it. So anyway, what did we do to our button mapping? So essentially, we made it so we only have to play Bandana D with the right Joy-Con. We can move, we can jump, we can crouch, we can attack, we can do slide kick, you can see. And basically, we can do any action as Bandana D just with one hand, as you can see. And what we also did for our 1P, our Kirby, obviously we can move, we didn't change that, but we changed our left trigger to jump, and our left bumper to attack. That means we can simultaneously do a bunch of different actions at the same time, very comfortably, as you can see here. And keep in mind, this is how I'm comfortable with it. You might have a different button mapping, this is how I'm comfortable. For example, I can't slide kick or guard as Kirby as I can with Bandana D, but there is a way you can do that. Go back to button mapping, and you change it so that you keep the ZL button as how it is normally, as the guard. Keep the attack button there, but you make the left stick press the jump button. And that's how you can essentially slide kick as Kirby as well. You can guard as well, as you can see. However, I just don't find it comfortable. As I said, I like having a jump button like that's also static. And there's not as much buttons here as there is for, you know, Bandana D's controller movement. It's kind of harder. Especially, maybe for the Joy-Con it's easier, but for me it's just kind of harder that way. So I just don't like doing it that way. Now, you also may be wondering on why I still have the two Joy-Cons connected, even though we're only going to be using just the one Joy-Con for Bandana D. Well, there's a reason for that. You see, when you go off solo mode, your Joy-Cons turn off. Okay, that's fine. But when you go back and play co-op, you gotta turn on your Joy-Cons again, as you see. Wait for them to turn on. Then press L and R. Now, we actually don't have to do that and wait. Instead, what we can do is when the Joy-Cons are off, just turn them back on again. And you don't even have to touch them anymore. You can just do that, then play co-op, and boom, instantly connects. You don't have to do anything with the Joy-Cons. However, if you only do it with one, you only connect one Joy-Con. Let's say I turn on this one. Okay, it has the two dots. We try to go play co-op, and it doesn't instantly connect. You actually have to press these buttons in order to connect, and that's gonna waste a little time. And that's why I like having both Joy-Cons connected, even though we're only using one. And because of that, too, because the left Joy-Con is gonna be doing nothing, especially if you have Joy-Con drift and you're afraid of your other Joy-Con to like accidentally move Bandana D. What you can also do is just go to your button mapping once again, and you can basically change your left Joy-Con to basically like be pretty much useless. So let's just get it here for a second. You can change your left Joy-Con, you can change it. You can literally just render like the control stick useless if you want, change it to another button, and yeah, can just be absolutely nothing. You can make it do nothing if you want, if you make that's comfortable for you. And yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I connect both of them. And now, I'm going to show you some in-run examples of when I have to use Bandana D. Now, you're going to notice, when I'm about to use it, I take my right Joy-Con and I put it on my lap, so whenever I need him, I can just pick it up and I can play simultaneously, like so. So now here are the examples of me using Bandana D in runs. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry if some of my movement there was a little sloppy, because it kind of was. I'm still practicing. But with the grip that I showed you, and the button mappings that I showed you, I believe that way it is very comfortable to control Bandana D. Now I hope this video at least inspires you to maybe even make a better button mapping of your own, or a better grip of your own that's more comfortable for you. You don't have to copy exactly as I did if it's not comfortable, but I just believe that this is the most comfortable, at least what I figured out. And I know some of the movements there were a little hard, but if you're a beginner, you can opt to do some simpler movements to practice, but I still believe that with my setup, that'll be easier to even do those movements too. So I hope you can use this setup and Bandana D with Kirby in your next Forgotten Land speedrun. Probably not any percent because they don't use it in any percent, so maybe like All Waddle Dees or 100%. And we need more All Waddle Dees runners. Come on, guys. Come on, like run All Waddle Dees, guys. Please.